Morgantown, West Virginia, home to the Mountaineers and a fan base that has been, shall we say, preparing since early in the morning for the battle we have in store. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a team from the ACC, the West Virginia Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Mountaineers will boot it away to start the game. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Nittany Lions offense is on the field for the first time today. And this big fella can beat you in a number of different ways in the passing game, David.
Yeah, so much fun to have a guy that I can rely on, that can beat guys over the middle of the field, that can beat man-to-man coverage. This guy's the ultimate weapon.
And I love that this guy has an awesome catch radius. You don't have to be perfect as a quarterback when you throw to him. He can make you look good.
Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll give it to the back. At the 35, he's got room. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. He'll try the left side. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. The whole Penn State legacy is built on toughness, getting it done on the ground, and they pick up a first down.
And you got to start there with the physicality, the ground game, getting that going. It's kind of a Northeast thing, right? Being tough, being physical, bringing that lunch pail.
Past the 45. Off he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And you see so many of these plays now in today's football. Wide receiver coming in motion, and the quarterback catches it, just flips it forward. That's a completed pass. You see the big plays where it just lets him get on the edge really quickly. And if he drops the football coming in motion, it's just an incomplete pass. So these plays are getting big plays with really no risk.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The Nittany Lions line it up with a first and goal. A designed run for the quarterback. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And that's why this offense is so hard to stop, guys. This quarterback can hurt you throwing it and running it. With his speed, he can make people look silly. And you saw it right there on the opening drive of the game. What a beautiful touchdown run.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the offense on first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Oh, he's going to go up top. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
The give to the single back. Inside the 25. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on a defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
With the run on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. 2nd and goal coming up. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State!
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. To say this has been a slow... a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Scanning the field, it's Figueroa. Caught. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows this defense is... difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. He got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Mountaineers send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. He gets a block. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just... quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
Here's the handoff. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. The RPO, it's complete. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. And the Nittany Lions headed quickly to the line, to the ground to try to move the chains. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. A 1st and 10 for this offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you can tell he takes advantage of it.
They'll keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
He makes the catch. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First down to start the drive after the break. From the gun, running back on the move. Relying on that running game. Only picked up 3 to the 11. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah man. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to
open runway ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, they'll do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. And back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC. So this one will be interesting.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. The give to the tailback. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to throw, it's Figueroa. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, I'm so impressed watching this guy run the football. And I'll tell you, I think Joe Paterno would have loved this guy in his offense, too. His teams always prided themselves on being able to run the football, right? Be more physical than the opponent. This guy has the ability to just wear defenses down. So hard to stop.
Lost one deep down the right side. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play, and the wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Touchdown, Penn State! And they take it in for 16 gets more points.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 15. And now the hit knocks it loose.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense? Getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball.
Looking for a man. It's Figueroa. At the 40, there he goes. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And the Mountaineers want to crank the tempo.
West Virginia.
Looking to go up top on first down. Going for it all. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Go into the half. And listen, I know you're trailing, but build some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football late.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body length.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Nevada is in front. They've responded well to all the off-the-field chatter this week, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 4 over Jacksonville State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Moving out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Well, that's going to make it a little tougher. It's 1st and 20. To the air. It's Figueroa. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. So they'll try to make up some of that ground on 2nd down from the 16. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Here's the give off the left side.
You know, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for loss.
A high kick trying to pin them deep. Slips through the line, and the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Quarterback checking off. Trying to find his man on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Penn State!
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these two teams thus far there in Morgantown. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Mountaineer Field.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Nittany Lions will kick it off to start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. They'll try to power their way ahead. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Going to the running game. stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. He wants to throw. Steps away to find some room. At the 35, he's loose. They finally corral him, and he turns that into a big gain and a first down. They'll snap it from the 30 on 1st down.
29 Philly.
Looking to move it through the air. Makes a connection. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
Hey, it's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance, and I mean you got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You got to work the perimeter to both sides, but you got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle, and they did right there.
They use those back-to-back explosives to set him up 1st and goal. They're going to run it. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the route is on.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Dropping back, it's Figueroa. It's complete. Powers through. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so
running toward the tape. And he was loose and in the open field. Tremendous pickup on that one.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field because this guy with his speed.
What a snag by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Penn State. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
he's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
And they're trying to dig out of the hole on 2nd and long from the 9. Unloads quickly. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's got it. And that won't quite be enough for the first down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks. The Mountaineers will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He's got great speed. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Here on 2nd and short. Motion from the offense. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. It's complete to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
A defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to pass on 2nd down. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Got it, looking for the first down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Nittany Lions are marching down the field. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find their rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate, easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
The Nittany Lions have moved it inside the 20. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Hums it downfield. And that pass picked off. And he's brought down in this deep.
Listen, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
He's going to run it. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. With the catch, it's Sims. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. He finds his man. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Pocket starts to collapse. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it at the 15-yard line. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
63, West Virginia, 7.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field.
42 Spider.
To the ground with the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll try the run. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to score. First down here for the offense. They go to the ground. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.